Hey, good afternoon. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Tuesday, the 12th of May 2020. It's 4:48 p.m. This is a look at my high probability charts, the 12-hour charts. This is actually take two. The first one I messed up completely. So, technical thing, nothing to do with the trading. So, my new 12-hour candle was 48 minutes ago now. And this is my watch list on the right here. This is Trading View charts. And if you see something highlighted in blue, means I've got open trades. In orange means I'm looking at those in this video. Pink, it's just something I'm watching at the moment. And if there's no highlight, it means no trades on those pairs. So we go to the CAD Swiss. We'll start off here. I've already deleted the lines on the first take of the video. But what happened was I was in a buy at this area in here on this green dot. Now this red and green dots, it's called the QMP filter. It's a custom built indicator I had done. It's actually a combination of the MACD Platinum, which is this bottom indicator, which all it is a zero lag MACD. So it's a combination of the dots on the MACD Platinum and another indicator which is not displayed called the QQE Advanced. So when the QQE Advanced has a cross and it's in sync with a cross or a dot on the MACD Platinum, it presents these red and green dots on the price chart. That's what I use for my entry. So, and other combinations of things is generally I like to see the MACD Platinum above the zero level for sells and below the zero level for buys. So that's the zero level, this grey dotted line. So that's the gist of this indicator. So I was in a buy from in here roughly. It'd gone up. As soon as the MACD Platinum gone through the zero level, I'd already closed half. Now it's rolled over and it's put a red dot on the MACD Platinum above the zero level, so which means I'm basically looking for sells now, hence this grey dotted line. It's a warning signal for me. So all I did was close out the second half of that trade, that buy, and just to ensure I didn't have a loss in the second half. The stop was actually just below the entry, and that gave me $1.30, which has been added to my total here. This blue trend line, I draw blue trend lines whenever something interests me. In this case, just a little support level or double bottom. All my trades are recorded on a shared spreadsheet through Google Drive. There is a link to that spreadsheet in the description to the video, so everyone's more than welcome to check it out. So that's a CAD Swiss, just closed half a trade. Now the Swiss yen, this is a pair I spoke about in the video this morning. You see S1, S2, that means sequence 1, sequence 2. You can pause the video if I'm talking too quick or you don't understand and read my notes. So first sequence, S1, second sequence, sequence 2, S2. And that's just generally on the line where the trades start. And as you can see, blue represent buy trades, and the red lines represent sell trades. You see yellow lines like this, it's normally a break even. You'll see I've got normally an overall break even. That means for all trades overall. And sometimes each sequence may have a break even level too. So in this case, there's two break even levels, one for the sequence 1 and one for overall break even, hence the two yellow lines. So here, this morning I made a note that I'm through the overall break even, the MACD Platinum through the zero level, but it just wasn't enough to cover the swaps, and I said I may close this during the day. Well, it actually retraced during the day, it's just got back up again in the last hour or so. So again, I'm just watching it. I may close all these trades before the 4 a.m. candle tomorrow. You can also see red trend lines. When I draw them, normally signifies bearish divergence. Green trend lines, bullish divergence. So I know it's a busy looking chart, but once you hang around with me for a while, you'll get to know exactly what I'm talking about. EURCAD. In a sell up here, again, you can read my notes. There's a new warning signal, which means there's a green dot on the MACD Platinum below the zero level down here. The stop was up here somewhere on the remaining half of the trade. So all I've done at 4 p.m. this afternoon was move it down inside the entry level, so I can't lose anything on the second half of that trade. So all I've done is move my stop down. Euro yen trade I took a couple of days ago. It was a high risk trade with regular bullish divergence, as you can see noted there. Going into the MAs. Now the MAs, they're just a 240 LMA, 100 EMA, 50 EMA. They're just a guide to give me an idea of trend. They do act as dynamic support and resistance. Now whether that's self-fulfilling or not, who knows. As you can see, price bounces around off them and around them a lot. They're popular MAs, so the 240 LMA, this is just about the same as the 200 EMA. I just like to be a little bit different. So price has gone up into them. It's a high risk trade initially. It's getting close to MAs. Also the MACD platinum's through the zero level. So I'm closing half and put a stop in place. So closing half, I've made $10.24 and a half. Put a stop in place. So at least if it rolls over and suddenly goes through my stop, overall I'll probably give back $8 out of $10.24, but I won't lose overall on that trade. And that's been added to the total there. And finally, USD Swiss franc, a little bit messy. Now we're in three sequences here, 1, 2, 3, S1, S2, S3. Started with a buy, so looking to continue with a buy on sequence 1. There's a new buy signal here. It's already gone against me by 10 pips or so as usual. It's not a valid standalone buy signal. The MACD platinum's above the zero level. It's all very tight, a bit flat, but I have to take it because it's part of the sequence. So sequence 1, I've taken a fourth buy at 0.16. You can see my notes up there. It gives me an overall break even. That's the 180. It's the bottom yellow line. They're very close, very tight. I know it's a bit hard to read. So it hasn't really got far to go to get me to overall break even on sequence 1. It's all been very tight and messy in here. Sequence 2, well, I'll start with sequence 3 because I took a sell here, commenced a new sequence. It was a pretty crappy sell signal, but I took it anyway. And that buy, I also have to take a hedge buy on that same candle. So 2 trades have been taken on the same candle. So fourth buy on sequence 1 and the hedge buy on sequence 3. Now sequence 2 was a sell, and what I've done is the stop was above the entry level. I know it's a bit tight to see, but all I've done is move my stop down inside the entry level on sequence 2, so I can't lose any more on that. So all I do on the shared spreadsheet, I'll punch all these figures in when I put the trades in. The shared spreadsheet's got a second sheet that works out all the overall break-even levels for all the sequences and the overall. So it's a pretty handy piece of gear, thanks to Eric, who modified it all for me and did a great job. So that's it on the 12-hour charts, guys. As I say, you can check out the shared spreadsheet for them. The link to that's in the video description. Also, you're all more than welcome to join my Facebook group or my Telegram channels if you want to see some more of this type of trading, especially on the daily charts. And if you want to know more about this QMP filter, in my YouTube channel, either JAGfx or Jim Brown JAGfx, you'll find my YouTube channel. There's a video in there if you do a search called 1 hour into daily. Now it's 1HR, the word into daily, and that explains how this indicator come about. All it is a visual aid, just saves me some real estate in the chart. I like seeing dots, buy and sell. I love that stuff. So, all right, hopefully this video works and we'll get this uploaded to YouTube. Thanks for watching. If you do like the videos, please hit the like button, or if you really like it, hit the subscribe button. Good on you. Thanks. Talk to you tomorrow about 5 a.m. Cheers.